Losing Weight with Atkins Diet Plan, a Beginner's Guide, written by Anna Adams, narrated by Joshua Mclean. Introduction. A brief history of diets. Happy New Year! Okay, maybe it's not actually January 1st, or maybe it is. There's one chance in 365 after all, and 366 in a leap year. But if you've decided that you're finally going to get serious and lose some weight, it's definitely going to be a new year for you. Somewhere along the way, our world has turned into an environment of food. Temptation is everywhere. TV and radio ads boast of culinary delights of all kinds. Books and magazines stimulate the appetite with delicious-sounding recipes, with pictures. Restaurants keep popping up in every city, and maybe worst of all, the fast food industry continues to thrive as we go about our busy lives. No wonder more than 2/3 of Americans are overweight. So now we have a health crisis. Just how are we going to get that weight off? And if we do manage to get it off, how will we be able to keep it off? Exercise could help. In fact, we should all be exercising regularly anyway to keep our muscles toned and maintain our general health. But as far as losing weight, exercise by itself works slowly, if at all. No, the answer to the "how do I lose weight" problem lies in changing the way you eat. That's right, a diet. That's a 4-letter word no one likes to hear. Although you may think the current obsession with weight is a modern preoccupation, the idea of dieting to lose weight goes far back into history. The first recorded dieter was King William I of England, or William the Conqueror. Apparently, this monarch was so overweight that it got to the point that he wasn't even able to mount a horse, much less ride one. Since this was definitely not very king-like, he decided to give up food and go on an all-liquid diet. His liquid of choice? Wine and spirits. It's difficult to measure the success of his efforts to lose weight because the unfortunate king died in the same year that he began his diet. Ironically, his death was horse-related, so we know it must have worked to some degree. In the 1800s, the poet Lord Byron may have been the first promoter of a celebrity diet. Apparently, he had something like a phobia about getting fat, and he ran through a series of weight loss campaigns. As a student, he limited himself to crackers and soda water with an occasional splurge on potatoes soaked in vinegar. Later, he advanced to a breakfast of bread and green tea and a dinner of vegetables, accompanied by a beverage of wine and seltzer water. To keep from getting hungry, he smoked cigars. Lord Byron went on to adopt a diet of red cabbage and cider, and he apparently originated the idea of having a drink of water mixed with apple cider vinegar before meals. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? For the most part, Lord Byron was able to keep his weight under control with these crazy diets, but he paid a hefty price because he undermined his health and died at the age of 36. And let's not forget the pudgy American president William Howard Taft, who, according to legend, got himself stuck in the White House bathtub and vowed that he would work on losing his excess weight. This story may or may not be true, but it is a fact that the 340-plus pound president had special tubs made for him that would accommodate 4 full-grown men. So the idea of dieting is not a modern invention by any means. One of the earliest diet books, published in 1810, was written by William Wadd, a surgeon whose concern was prompted by the death of a close friend. The autopsy showed an alarming amount of fat throughout his organs, including 7 pounds around his heart. The book Dr. Wadd wrote, On Corpulence or Obesity Considered as a Disease, was very helpful in its time, and offered some sage advice on taking weight off. But there was also a few ideas that were just plain wacky. For example, Dr. Wadd admonished against drinking alcohol while overweight because he believed that the combination of alcohol and excessive fat could lead to spontaneous human combustion. Following Dr. Wadd's book, in 1863, an undertaker named William Banting published a short pamphlet titled Letter on Corpulence Addressed to the Public. It became a huge success, with new editions being popular even after Banting died. The premise of the book was very similar to the foundation of the Atkins Diet. Quality of food is more important than quantity for effectively losing weight. Banting's revolutionary diet proposed that quantity should be directed by a person's natural appetite, as long as the intake of food was high quality, healthfully speaking, and excluded starchy foods.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?